I've got bad news, I've got good news. Which one do you want to hear first? All right, let's go with the good and bad news, because it's both good and bad. BYD sold 110,000 electric Seal EVs in the past 4 weeks. 110,000. Now, the crazy thing about all this is, if this was Europe or Australia or America, well, you'd go, yeah, that's great, but, not that big of a deal. But the thing is, this is China. If you look at electric vehicle marketplace in China, there are so many EVs available. There are so many manufacturers with EVs in stock. Like, I'm not talking waiting lists of a year. I'm talking in stock today. People ordering these BYD cars know there's a long waiting list. And what does that mean? BYD have a backlog now of more than 700,000 electric cars in China. That's good and bad for us in Europe and Australia. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Now, my apologies for the voice. Hopefully that's fixed soon. Now, I had to make this video for you in spite of the voice because, well, BYD Seal is an amazing car. You can really see why they're selling so well. Why, in fact, people are ordering the Seal instead of the BYD Han. The Han is an EV which is just slightly bigger than the Seal. It's sort of meant to be a bit more premium. It's meant to be the Tesla Model S versus the Tesla Model 3. So you could say that, right, the Seal is the Tesla Model 3, the Han is the Tesla Model S. Is that really true, though? Well, I don't think it is. I mean, look at the interior of the BYD Seal. It looks way better. Way better than the car that I've ordered, the BYD Atto 3. It looks like it's got a bigger media screen for the driver. The interior looks much more premium. That's my view. Let me know if you agree or not. Maybe you don't, but I think it looks way better. Plus, the new Seal actually comes with a much bigger battery option. Now, the biggest battery you can get in the Atto 3, by the way, the Seal will be called the Atto 4. Biggest battery you can get in the Atto 3 is 60 kilowatt hour, right? LFP. Biggest battery you can get in the Seal is 80 kilowatt hour, but the Seal is a sedan. Therefore, it's much more aerodynamically slippery. It's lighter in weight. What does that mean? Range 700 kilometers in the top model range. 700 kilometers. Now, you're probably talking real world around 600 kilometers, which is crazy. This is a seriously impressive car. Make no mistake, Tesla fans, I'm one of them. Don't get me wrong. I love Tesla. I'm a huge fan of Tesla. Make no mistake, this is a very real, genuine threat to the Tesla Model 3. If you don't think it is, you're wrong. The perception in China of BYD, the brand, is not what you think it is. It's not. I'm telling you now, BYD doesn't have 700,000 pre-orders because the brand is perceived as being crapola or Chinese or cheap Chinese crap. It's not perceived that way by people in Europe either. Who, by the way, look at the reviews for the BYD Tang in Norway. They're saying it's as good as Mercedes EVs. That's what BYD is. They're vertically integrated. They make quality electric cars. Consumers know it. So instead of buying other cars from other brands, they're going and buying BYD, even though they know they have to wait a long time. Now, apparently, some customers are walking into BYD dealerships, scratching the car on the floor, like the showroom car, so that they can then buy it. No, I don't like that kind of tactic, but apparently that's what's happening in some dealerships. Now, BYD actually said its planned annual production capacity of the Seal for the rest of this year for the next 12 months was only 60,000 cars. So they've sold 110,000 Aussies. Bad news. Do you really think you're going to get a Seal when you think that you're going to get one? I mean, EV Direct is saying they're going to be here in the second quarter of next year. Well, I think that's highly unlikely. Let's be real. Let's be honest. They're going to need to make a right-hand drive production line for the Seal. I mean, is that a priority when they've already got 110,000 pre-orders for this car? And that's in a month. That's in a month. How many pre-orders do you think they're going to have after 2 more months? Minimum. I would say minimum 200,000. And their production capacity is 60,000. So yeah, if you really think you're going to be getting one in the second quarter of 2023, I've got a bridge to sell you. There's one in Melbourne here. It's called the Westgate Bridge. I'll sell you that. Give you the title deed and everything. Anyway, you get my point, right? It's pretty unlikely. If we do get them here in Australia in the second quarter of 2023, that's great. But I'd be pretty surprised if we did. I'd be very happily surprised because these things look amazing, but I'd be very surprised. So what do we know about this car? Well, we know for starters, it's a very similar size to the Tesla Model 3. It's 4,700 millimeters long, 6 millimeters longer than a Model 3, 1,875 millimeters wide, and 1,460 millimeters tall. Those dimensions are very, very close. It's probably about maybe 3 to 4% bigger than a Tesla Model 3. The wheelbase is a little bit longer. It's a little bit wider. Pretty close, though. A little bit bigger than the Model 3, like I said, but very close. Apparently, the drag coefficient, which I don't actually believe, I think this isn't true, but apparently it is 0.219 due to the low hood line and aerodynamic shape. I think it's not likely to be 0.219. I think that's probably marketing. But if it is, that's wonderful. That's great. Now, there's 4 trim levels. The first 2 are rear-wheel drive, and they come with a 61.44 kilowatt hour battery for a range of 550 kilometers. Power output is 150 kilowatt or 204 horsepower. The third trim is the long range version. It's sort of like the Tesla Model 3 long range. Has an 82.5 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate blade battery and comes with a reported 700 kilometers of CLTC range. So you're probably looking at more like 600 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, which is the most real world cycle test that we have. CLTC, it's a joke. I don't know why they use it. They shouldn't use it. It's sort of stupid that they do. But anyhow, now, if you want the 4-wheel drive version, the performance version of this car, which can do 0 to 60 miles an hour or 0 to 100 in 3.8 seconds, has about just under 400 kilowatt, 600 horsepower, a lot of power. 4-wheel drive, that model is the most expensive model. I think that one's going to cost about $50,000 US. We don't know exactly yet, but that one will have a range of 650 kilometers, CLTC, probably real world, 550. Still, very impressive car, right? However, one thing no one seems to be pointing out, even people on the fanatical BYD Atto 3 Seal Facebook page, a lot of you are great, a lot of you are a bit crazy. Even you guys aren't pointing out one thing about this car, which makes it a significantly better vehicle than the Atto 3 and probably better than 95% of the EVs on sale in the world today. What is that? It already has Tesla technology. What do I mean by that? It does, seriously. How did BYD get this to happen and no one even mentioned it? I can't believe no one's talking about this. If GM had this in their cars, you can bet everything you own that Mary Barra would make sure you personally were very well aware of this fact. BYD has said almost nothing. It has cell-to-pack technology, or CTB, they're calling it, cell-to-body technology. That means the Seal's battery is integrated into the frame in basically the same way that Tesla has done with their integrated batteries in the new Tesla Model Y. What does this mean? The vehicle should have more structural rigidity, should have a lighter weight. And the floor is actually the top of the battery. So you're basically eliminating unneeded structure in the vehicle. Apparently, the battery can handle 50 tons of pressure. And the cell-to-body technology enables torsional rigidity of 40,000 newton meters. That's more torsional rigidity than any Mercedes-Benz currently on sale on the market. You can look that up if you'd like. However, it's slightly less torsional rigidity than the Porsche Taycan, which has 42,000 newton meters. I mean, 40,000, 42,000, pretty close. You can pretty much say this has similar torsional rigidity to a Porsche Taycan. That's impressive. Another thing this has, right, is ITAC, which the Atto 3 doesn't have. Intelligent Torque Control System. It's a new system from BYD. It can control each wheel speed by more than 50 milliseconds in advance. BYD says that the ITAC system allowed the Seal to pass a Moose test at 83.5 kilometers an hour. That kind of speed, pretty much every Toyota is going to crash. Seriously. Now, I've just found a price on the premium version. Apparently, the premium version will cost, this is the performance Seal, $42,630 US. That's insane. That's what a car for that price. Unbelievable, right? I'm very surprised. Base model, $31,100, right? Now the second trim level costs $33,000, and for the extra $2,000, you get 12 DIN audio speakers, ambient lighting, heated and ventilated front seats. Yeah, not a whole lot of difference really there. Third trim level, $38,600. That's the long range version. That's the big battery pack, 82.5 kilowatt hour pack. That's one of the biggest batteries you can buy in a car this size anywhere in the world. Then top level, $42,630. As you can see, price is very affordable. They sold 22,637 of these within 6 hours. They've then sold 110,000 within a month. Aussies, sorry to say, not coming real soon in my view. But hey, if it does, I'm excited. And I definitely would consider trading in my Atto 3 to buy one of these, or maybe just buying one of these. What do you think? What will you do? Would you consider buying one? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.